The new ROG Ally is here, and it seems that cloud machines and handhelds will be going face to face in the gaming world. We recently put out a video showcasing the base Shadow tier playing with the ROG Ally on game X Defiant. We played with the same settings and performance was very similar, so we wanted to run a full comparison of the base Shadow versus the ROG Ally on other games, so here it is. I'll run 3 different game benchmarks side by side for this test at 1080p only, since the ROG Ally defaults to 1080p. First will be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, then Recon Breakpoint, and finally, CyberPunk 2077. I'll run the most optimized settings benchmark first, then I'll show you results for both optimized and the max settings, without scaling technologies like DLSS or FSR for raw power. Now for those who don't know anything about these two, Shadow is a cloud PC with an adequate GPU to run games. This is Shadow's base model and it has an equivalent power of a GTX 1080. It is your very own fully fledged Windows cloud PC. The ROG Ally is ASUS's new Windows-based handheld gaming device. It's priced around $700 in direct competition to the Steam Deck. It's equipped with a brand new APU, a combination of a CPU and GPU made by AMD. I'm also going to have the Ally docked and on turbo mode for maximum performance. I put links to get both Shadow and the ROG Ally in the description. Now first things first, since these machines are running Windows, I ran the 3D Mark benchmark on both. The base Shadow came out ahead, but look at the difference in scores with the CPU and GPU. The ROG Ally is CPU dominant while Shadow's is lacking, but has the better performing GPU. This might make for some wild comparisons. First we have Modern Warfare 2. At default settings, 1080p. Warzone is played by many on both platforms, so we wanted to showcase this one first. Now because both have FSR on set to ultra performance and graphics settings set to basic, the CPU is in full display here, giving both machines better numbers. The Ally specifically because the 16 hyper-threaded cores were able to do a better job. Now with extreme settings and FSR off, the tables turn in the favor of the base Shadow machine for its stronger GPU. You can see a massive bottleneck in the Ally GPU trying to keep up. Next we have Recon Breakpoint, and I love running this benchmark because it shows you everything. This game does not have FSR, so we're going to go full raw power only. Shadow is at ultra settings and the Ally can only go low settings because anything higher would surpass the VRAM. Ghost Recon was not made to calculate APUs, as you can see, so we get no GPU percentage reading on the Ally, but you can see from the 5% CPU results, it was cranking hard to get those okay frames. Shadow basically destroyed it. Remember, Shadow was at ultra settings, and the Ally was set on low. Now for the big test. Can it run CyberPunk 2077? FSR is on and ray tracing is off for this first test. This was a closer test, but Shadow wins again. Ignore the texture quality on the Ally. I set the preset to low to even get close to the frame rate Shadow was performing at. And if you were wondering about maxing everything out, Shadow doesn't even support ray tracing, period, but the Ally does. If you max everything out on Ultra with ray tracing, you get single digits on the Ally. Be happy I didn't have you sit through that. Overall, the base Shadow is the winner here, but generally, settings can be tailored to perform similarly depending on the game. If the game supports scaling technologies like FSR or Intel XeSS, the ROG Ally might dominate because of the superior CPU. But Shadow dominates in raw GPU power, so games that require more GPU power might be favorable to Shadow. Now if you're looking to get started with Shadow, you can get 15% off the base Shadow tier for the first month with the link in the description. Let me know your thoughts on the performance of these two platforms in the comments below. If you like this comparison video for the ROG Ally and the base Shadow tier, give us a like. Also make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.